It's Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm just going to fix this a little bit. And we're here today to do some live readings for you. We, meaning me and all my personalities, or me and my guides and my angels. So right now, it doesn't look like anybody's in the room. I tend to be a little bit on the early or prompt side. So I'm just going to kind of give people a chance to get in the room. If you're watching this in playback, what I'm doing here today is I'm going to do your personal questions, and people will come in and put their questions into the chat, and then we will they'll pick a pile, 1, 2, or 3, and we will see how this rolls. I see somebody's come into the room. It's on a first come, first served basis. Anybody want to ask a question? Hello, whoever showed up in the room. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if I oh, and bye-bye. See you later. Off they went. So my name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer and tarot card reader. And every Sunday I do a live show to go through the transits for the week ahead. And then I thought, or was inspired, however you want to put it, to do live readings for you guys based on your questions. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, Catherine. See how I'm so used to saying the same thing. I've become a creature of habit. Welcome, welcome. You're the first one in. Do you have a question for me today or for Spirit? We're ready to answer questions. It's evening here. Well, good evening where you are. It's afternoon actually here, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I started still trying to figure out what times work best for everybody. See if we can get somebody. Will my daughter's marriage be happy? Okay, so let's look and see. You know, I think I'll use the Star Tarot for that. And, you know, happiness is, you know, I want to offer it this way. There's a good possibility their marriage will go through some challenges, but that doesn't mean that they won't stay a team, you know, be team players together. All right, Catherine, will her daughter's marriage be a happy one? I want you to start thinking what pile you'd like to pick, Catherine. Would that be pile 1, 2, or 3? Pile 1. Okay, terrific. All right. We have the 4 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the Star inverted. You know, Catherine, the first thing I would say is that this couple has already been through some challenges. You know, they've, on some level, more than likely have fought to stay together. The 4 of Swords is a card where the knight has been to battle and is now back. Traditionally, in the Rider-Waite deck, you'll see the knight is in like what looks like a church. But now we see there's a trout below or a salmon offering bounty and plenty of resources. The bears are protecting the couple, and there's an opportunity to rest. The 3 of Swords would indicate that they've had some challenges, that there has been some heartache here. And yet here in the Angel's Advice, we see the couple writing off. And this is a card of great happiness. It's a card of naivete. So on some level, what I think they're probably going to be doing is recalibrating some. Have they been together for a while? I feel like they've been together for a while. Hi, Laura. Catherine, yes. Okay, common law. Okay. This is part of the challenge, is that they've like practically already married. But here's the Star. And the Star is a card of faith, but it came up inverted. And I want to offer it this way. The marriage has I'm going to pull one more card. Oh, the Queen. I was just going to say this. The Queen of Wands is here. These two people need to keep fun and to keep their marriage full of childlike play behaviors, even if they are the type that play cards with each other or play chess, or they need to keep play in their relationship. I think overall that they want to stay together. I almost feel like somebody stepped out of the relationship at one point. And of course, women always assume that it's the guy, but that's not always true. And they've it looks like they have fought hard to come back. So overall, I think that this is a good decision. I just think that they have to be very careful not to get into routine, not to be too, this is what we do every weekend, we clean the garage or something. They need to have fun. They need to go do things and play beyond their marriage. Okay, Laura, do you see real love romance in my future? Thank you, Catherine. That's so sweet of you. Laura, I'd like to tune, since I think you're new to my tribe, can you tell me what the date of your birth is? I know it's just going to be your sun sign, but I'm going to use that to tune into you. Can you tell me? And while you're doing that, also think about whether you want pile 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to use this, my Whimsy deck. Good morning, good morning. See how habitual I am? This is terrible. Good afternoon, Outer Spice. It's 4 p.m. here, so good to see you in the room. Okay, Laura. April and 3, please. Okay. Hi, Sean. Shan. I remember you from last time, but I think I'm saying your name wrong. Okay, we said pile 3, correct? Yes. Okay, here we go. This is for Laura. The Lover's card is the first card, but it is inverted. The 6 of Swords is the second card. The 10 of Cups is the Angel's Advice, and the Page of Wands. I would say this, the Lover's card absolutely offers you love. Here it is. Okay, but we see it inverted. And I almost wonder sometimes if you, sometimes if you look before you leap or something, if you pick somebody and you need a little bit of time to get to know them a little bit more. The reason I say that is because the 6 of Swords is also inverted. And this is where you're moving into smoother waters. Here's the 10 of Cups, which is great happiness. You've got a Scorpio sort of feel to me for April sun. I wonder if maybe you've got planets in Scorpio, because there's something about, I almost feel as if sometimes you pick with your eyes versus you pick like getting to know someone's character a little bit. The Page of Wands is here for you, Laura, though. This is inspiration. This is passion. This is the beginning of something. You're very cautious. Maybe you're too cautious then. Maybe that's why all these are inverted. Because something is, we need to move away from something, and there's the potential of great happiness. Because you're either doing one or the other. You're either jumping too quick, or maybe you're not jumping quick enough. Because here is the opportunity for passion. Let me pull one more card. And there's the 3 of Cups. Okay, so this is what I got too. The 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, but it's also a card of wisdom. And when I look at this, it feels like an invitation for love. It feels like trusting your inner knowing, but also like I think someone's going to come in. And I just wonder if you'll be ready to receive it. I think someone's going to come in. But I can't have you going back. The Lovers is a Gemini energy, okay? It's where you think too much. And if you're thinking too much about stuff from the past, it could be a challenge. So I do think there's a possibility for love to come in. There's the Empress. Now she was inverted as well. So this is what I want to offer you if you're cautious. This is little co-creation with the universe. So Laura, when you feel safe and happy in love, I want you to tell the universe how you feel. And you do that by writing the alphabet, A to Z, whatever your languages are, and you say, in the affirmative, I feel abundant, I feel blessed, I feel confident, I feel deserving, because this would indicate love coming in. But because of the inverted cards, if you're too cautious or you're too quick, you need to pace yourself. So yes, your answer is ultimately yes. Okay. Who else would like to ask a question? May I get a general reading? Yes, you may, my dear. Is there anyone ahead of you? No. Okay. I want to say this too, for some reason, to Laura. I don't know. I just got a hit that the March and April might bring back an old lover or an old situation, and that maybe not that you should jump in and leap like you did something wrong the first time, but this may be sort of one of those fork in the roads where you either give it a second chance because you're being brave, or you blow it off altogether because and you're definitively opening up for something new. With Jupiter moving into Cancer in June, I think there could potentially be a lot more relationships formed at that time that are solid. All right, now I'm going to go back to the general reading for Shan. Hi, Sandy. Okay, I'll look there in a minute. Hi, Lucy Rose. So welcome, everybody. Okay, here we go. General reading. I want to know, Shan, pile 1, 2, or 3? Pile 1, 2, or 3. Whoops. Yes, I am. Pile 1, 2, or 3. Just waiting. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I'm still waiting for Shan to tell me pile 1, 2, or 3. Did I miss it somewhere? Did we lose Shan? Am I saying it wrong? Maybe I should be saying Sean. May I get a general reading? Thank you. Sean L. Shan L. Who said hi to Sandy? I see the question. I just don't see which pile to pick. One, 2, or 3, darling. Did I lose you? Sometimes people get they get on a loop or something, or it gets a little. I want to give her a second. Shan, pick a number. Yeah, there we go. We can come back to Shan if I know the minute I go to pick, I go to someone else, the pile will pop up. Okay, Sean L. Shan L. I would think it's Shan instead of Sean. All right, I thought I got lucky. I've been following various readers since 2019. Isn't it fun to study astrology? Oh, that's very sweet. Okay, so I'm going to mosey on from Sean L. or Shan L. Because I didn't get a... Hey, Neb. Is that Neb that I think? Is that Nebula? Is that my Nebula in there? Oh, there you are. You stepped away. Okay, I need pile 1, 2, or 3, my darling. I just picked them up, so I'm going to cut them again. Tell me which pile you'd like. Hey, girl. Oh, pile 3. Okay, got it. Good to see you in the room. Okay, so general reading for Shan. We have the 9 of Wands upside down, reversed. We have the 3 of Cups upside down. We have the Page of Wands again. And then we have the Death card, which is transformation upside down. I'm going to 7 of Cups and the Ace of Cups inverted. Okay, this is what I want to say. We are going through a lot. Pisces is bringing up a stellium. Okay, in this February, we're going to see it starting to grow. And in March, we start eclipse season. The stellium is going to get really big in Pisces. And this can, in many ways, turn things kind of upside down. And I say that because when we're underwater, we can't really see with our eyes. For my Shan, this is a card of where you're guarding yourself, where you've been wounded, and this is inverted. So it would be like actually starting to release guarding yourself or overly protecting yourself. When I see the 3 of Cups, now normally this is a card of celebration, even wisdom, but here I see it inverted, and I almost feel as if at this time there has been a lack of celebration, a lack of fun. Maybe you've been working too hard and not addressing your emotional body because you're going through some kind of transition. The angels are showing us the Page of Wands in the angels' advice. And that's like there's inspirations coming. There's new. I see the cardinals, and I almost feel like, there's been potentially, maybe this is how I want to put it. If you've been feeling like either you needed to, you have traditionally protected yourself or been guarded in some way, and you're ready to release feeling guarded, that it's sort of about giving yourself an opportunity to be inspired. That's the way I want to put it, rather than just pushing out into something, because there's still some transformation, but the Death card is inverted. So what this is telling me is that the major part of something has happened, and now we're on the backside of it, and there's still some choices to be made, and those choices get to be made from love versus maybe practicality in some way. This would be very creative spread with all the literally cups and fire, that feels good. Let me pull one more. Okay, I have to pull 2. All right. What I think is happening for you, this may be a really powerful year for you to, for you to change something. There's the Judgment card, which is very Platonian, and it was straight up. And there's the 6 of Pentacles. I bet what you might be doing is stepping more into those creative endeavors, into something that's more passion related. But up until now, you've been afraid to do that. You've been afraid. And I say afraid, or guarded is a better word, but now that seems to be lifting. So, yes. Well, I want to offer it this way. When we start to think that, I did the February videos. I was late. I was rushing. I literally was like doing the Aquarius one, and I realized I made a mistake like 2 videos earlier, and I couldn't remember which one I made the mistake on. And these are the things that like sort of drive me crazy about myself, because I put myself on these crazy deadlines, and then I end up not relaxing into it. The reason I'm saying this, Shan, is something, relax into it. Relax into your creativity. The cards that are inverted are not trying to pull you under. They're more trying to illuminate that you're on the more, like, literally, if you were a gardener, you would have pulled all the weeds out of the garden already, and now you'd be ready to start to tool the soil and plant the seeds. And you'll get a break or an opportunity if you seek it. Okay. All right. I have to back up. Okay. Mr. Wu, welcome. Hi, Raymond from New York. You know, I will tell you that, Mr. Wu, that could be a transit going on there because again, the power of Neptune, as Neptune is, you know, in the last degrees of Pisces, it's going to tip its toe into Aries with Saturn. Saturn and Neptune are going to spend months traveling together this year. We're going to see big, huge shifts in the outer planets. Pluto's already given us a taste of that. So the projecting might be a Uranus transit. I know I've got Uranus squaring my natal Uranus and my my Chiron. So I that's going to be a little crazy, isn't it, Lucy? Yeah, I'm really, trying to batten down the hatches for that, but who can figure it out? Because this is what I want to offer you. Thank you, Neb. I want to, Mr. Wu, what I want to offer you is that fear can also be potential awareness of how invested you are and how much you love what you're doing. So when you call upon spirit and you say, please, thank you for creating all the flow and the resources for me to continue to do that which I love so that I can represent that for those that have yet to find their passion. And then you become a spiritual warrior. And I think that's important because we're going into a very highly co-creative time, especially when Neptune hits 0 degrees of Aries. Because when Neptune hits, and Neptune's going to do that a couple of times because it's going to move forward, then it's going to retrograde, then it's going to move forward again. And this is really powerful because that's a co-creative. That 0 degree is literally the inception and the beginning of the zodiac. It's the ultimate creation as the soul enters the human experience. So your willingness to be brave and to do the work beyond your fears. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you. It's going to be pile number 3. Got it here. All right, we have the Ace of Cups inverted. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Emperor inverted. And then we have the 8 of Wands inverted and the Wheel of Fortune. I almost wonder, Mr. Wu, if you have reached a place where you've been before, where you've had passion about something and you felt really good about it, and then something dashed you, something stopped you, something interrupted it. Because now with this wheel of with the Ace inverted, I feel like this is cycles. So this is what I want to offer you. When I think of cycles, I think of when I first started doing the readings, there were certain people who would call me all the time. And it used to make me nervous because I thought, I don't want to get used to somebody who's having a crisis and they're calling me 3 times a week. And I'm thinking that's my income. It's not. It's a flow, because somewhere this 3 of Swords in the opportunity, this is actually the obstacle. Somewhere there's potential that you've been betrayed by someone or something. And now the angels are asking you to be not the hot side of the Emperor, but the brave side of the Mars energy. They're asking you to really think about your future in a way that is sustainable. Because here, this is news, endings, and conclusions, but nothing's ending because this is inverted. And then the Wheel of Fortune comes, and that Wheel of Fortune comes in a way that is like everything kind of comes and goes. There's something secular. So if for some reason you're projecting that you're not, I don't think your business is actually going to do poorly, because with the inverted cards, it's more like believing beyond where you've been before, reaching a place and then stretching past it. Because even though the Wheel of Fortune is inverted and something could potentially look like it's ending, not anything's ending. Something must be coming in. This would be going out on your own, but you're not. You're staying where you are. And then there's the reward of Saturn and the world, where you learn. I don't know how long you've been doing what you do for work, but when the first 3 or 4 years that I worked for myself, I was scared all the time, thinking there was no, I don't have a paycheck. And then maybe that could be, and now you get the opportunity not to do that self-sabotage. And that starts with you when you start to connect that the flow will come. whatever that flow that you need. This looks like a flow of people, or in the form of whatever your business is. So I want to offer this. If for some reason you experience something a little bit challenging during that Saturn Neptune conjunction during the spring, and it's late winter or spring, it could be because it's identifying where you get to reframe something for yourself. Okay, I hope that helped. I love being of service to those that need it. Okay, so let's go and back up and see where, after Mr. Wu, who's next. Can I change my question? Any insights on my mediumship, especially as this is for Sandy from Canada, I believe, as it pertains to sound healing and or travel. And do you mean literally physical travel or astral travel? You can always change your question as long as I didn't already answer one for you. Did I? I don't think I did, Sandy. Okay, let's see. Any insights on your mediumship? Well, the veil is going to be super thin, as Saturn, that rules history and the ages, and Neptune, that rules the spiritual Akashic records, all at the very last degrees of Pisces. That's going to be kind of crazy. I don't know. I've had some really weird, like some of my readings have been super specific. So you might have to be brave about something. Let's see. What pile did you say? You want to pile 3? No, that was Mr. Wu. What pile, Sandy? Neb, you got one next. But I need Sandy's pile number. Oh, 2. I see it here. Okay, here we go. All right, Sandy. The first card is the 5 of Swords. The second, this is a straight up. The second is the 9 of Pentacles. The Hierophant is in the Angel's Advice, and the Knight of Swords. Well, this is interesting because when you talk about your mediumship, this seems to refer more to other people that have known you your whole life versus people who are new. You won't probably have any problem with clients or with getting business, but you may have trouble with those that have traditionally loved you. And the 5 of Swords is where you win, but something is lost. There's contempt of some kind. Here you are making your own money through this mediumship, through the potential. Let me tell you this too. Overall, the veil is going to get a lot thinner. The veil between what we know here in the physical and we think this table is solid, but science knows it's a bunch of dense molecules. The idea is that thoughts are things, and that every single thing that we've ever created, from the fork to the napkin to toilet paper, was done because some emotional need needed to be met. So because here, this you, Sandy, being able to do this, look at her blue garb. But unfortunately, in the Angel's Advice is the Hierophant upside down. So there's this little weird feeling like, I don't know if you come from a religious family or you worry about religious people, because this Knight of Swords is having to go his own way and trusting that what you're getting and what's coming through is indeed valid. And then I have this this Queen of Wands. Thinner. Oh, yeah, the veil's getting much thinner for you. I want to offer this too because there's sometimes we as intuitives, because I believe actually everybody is intuitive. It's just like kind of like a singing voice. Some people have a supernatural talent for it and they can just belt out the notes. And then other people kind of have to put a little effort into the connection. If you get excited about something, Sandy, start keeping a journal versus trying to go to other people. You used to do past lives? Because I almost feel like there's somebody who is a familiar to you, somebody that you love, that's maybe too much of a muggle, and and they might be a little dampening. And I feel like you do better. And I don't know, maybe are you married? Do you have a boyfriend or something, or a girlfriend? Because you might just want to be a little bit. I lost you there. I like to work behind the scenes live readings. Live in. I'm lost. Because I want to offer this. I just feel like as you build a reputation, the people around you will be more accepting of what you're doing. But there is something that's going to change for you. I just pulled the Lovers in the Tower. So the Lovers is Gemini in communications. I think you might run up against some people who love you, who have known you your whole life, who aren't quite sure what you're up to with this mediumship. And I think that it would be best to keep those a little bit quiet for now. I don't know if it's hiding as much as it's waiting for the timing to be right. It's kind of like, you're planting the seeds in a garden. There's a reason why we're around the people that we're around, and why certain things happen when they do. Okay, I'm going to back up because there's timing, the timing of, gosh, that sounds so general. I truly think that you have the gift. I think it's going to get bigger. I think that establishing yourself in your tribe a little bit before you go back into maybe the familia, the family, will make it easier for you to make a transition into this energy. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, let's go back up. I think somebody was right beneath you when you asked your question. Is it Motivational Vibes? I think you're next. Oh, my Sinister Days. That's a good name. Hold on, let's see. From South Dakota, that's a great place. Okay, so I think the next one up was Neb gets to go because she donated. And then the next one after that is Sinister Days from South Dakota. And then we'll go from there. So Neb, why don't you put your question in the chat, and then Sinister Days, you do the same thing. And tell me whether you want pile 1, 2, or 3. I think I'm going to use the Whimsy deck for Neb. Wait me? What's wait me mean? Okay. Oh, she's saying the other person is next. Oh, pile 2. Okay. I need the question. What's February looking like for me? Okay. That's pretty general, but let's see. I always, when people donate, I feel that they get to go to the head of the class. It's kind of what the standard is on these lives. I've never done this before, meaning I've done 2 more of these, but usually I don't. So let's see, Neb. I'd really, honestly, I would look where Pisces energy and Aries energy is in your chart, and that's where you're going to see so much activity. Pile number 2, and look at this, just cut the way it did. Okay. The 9 of Swords is a worry card. The 7 of Pentacles is a building of something. The Ace of Swords is new ideas, and the Page of Cups is a message of love of some kind. The 9 of Swords is a little bit of worry, hon. And that worry is not always necessarily true. It's more like a projection into the future. Are you trying to get some, are you up for something? Are you trying to get a job maybe, or are you trying to move your story forward in something? Because the 7 of Pentacles is inverted. It means you've created something, but it hasn't moved yet. You're not sure what to do with it. It's like you're waiting for some kind of idea. And then the Page of Cups is a message of some kind. And the 5 of Pentacles is inverted. And that's kind of a more positive energy with the 5 of Pentacles, which means that there's going to be a message. I kind of think this, okay? This is going to sound really weird. But let's say, and I hope I don't gross you all out, but let's say you went to the gynecologist and you got a pap smear and they're like, oh, something was weird with your pap smear. We need to take it to the lab. And then you worry about it and then everything's fine. Something like that's going on. Because the 5 of Cups is the 5 of Pentacles is a health card, but it's also a card of rejection. But because it's inverted, it means that something is not as negative as it would be. But this 9 of Swords looks like you're worrying about something. Are you worried? Do you have concerns? Maybe not even about yourself, but maybe about someone else? I don't know. Oh, maybe it's about a friend. Maybe you're worried about a friend. Well, if you're worried about a love interest for some reason and you're concerned about rejection, it does not look like that's going to happen. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't pace yourself in it. So, February, the month of love, you may get a message as Mercury and Venus retrograde. Mercury and Venus are retrograding in March, by the way. So, and we have eclipse season. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a message from somebody, maybe from your childhood or somebody that you have a little, had a crush on at some point. Okay. On to who is next. This is where it gets exciting for me because I have to keep track of where I'm going. Well, let me go here. Oh, it's Sinister Days. Are you still in the room? And we'll do a general reading for you. Are you still there? Sinister Days, then motivational vibes. Thanks for keeping track for me. Yep, she's there. Okay, so all right, so let's do a general for you. I'm going to use a different deck for you. And you think about 1, 2, or 3. Thank you, Sandy. I think this community has good vibes too. I'm really very pleased, especially when I go on other platforms and I see the kind of disruption that goes on. Very supportive group we have here. Everybody's super loving and nice and generous with their time and with their hearts. So here we are. Sinister, we're going number 2. Is a Sinister Days kind of like a play on stink eye? All right, here we go. All right, pile 2, here we go. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Sun. We have the Stag, or the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Okay. Okay, so for my Sinister, this 9 of Pentacles is an interesting energy because it's about the self-made person, but this is inverted. Now, I'm going to show you the card because the reason I think it's inverted may have something to do with healthy boundaries when it comes to your material resources. And I say that because it's inverted. And if this is a general reading, we see the Sun is in the opportunity or the obstacle. This is the Leo energy. This is the energy of romance, the 5th house, but it's also the energy of creation. It's the, and having it be inverted makes me feel a little bit like this is something that you get to do. The 9 of Pentacles, if it's not upright, means you get to assert yourself more into the material world using your creativity. There's something here that makes me feel as if you are still kind of stuck. This Stag, the 7 of Swords in this deck is really, if you look at it, this stag has grown beyond his youth, and a lot of the things that happened and the ideas of his youth are no longer serving him. So I think with it being inverted, this is about maybe looking at that. Like, sometimes we get imprinted with things, because this is a worry card, literally a worry card, and it's straight up and it's a 9. And I feel like for Sinister that she or he, I'm not sure. I don't know why I think you're a girl or a female or of the feminine energy. There's something that makes me feel as if you have more talent and resources, but you're nervous or you're scared, because Spirit is saying that you're being protected and you no longer. Thank you. I thought you were a she. That's how you felt. You're being protected, and the resources that you need will be there. See the salmon or the trout, and then I got this Lovers card. Now, the Lovers is not just about lovers; it's about choices that we make. It's very Geminian. So I think that Spirit's trying to say for you that the things that you've been through and where you've been are going to serve your future if you will allow for the transformation of them, so that you can individualize yourself a little bit more, and that you're being protected from things. You don't need to worry as much. And I want to offer worry as a form of prayer that doesn't serve you. If you look at this particular character, all the swords are very securely placed above her. There is this web of protection and an opportunity for transformation. And the white of the moth is really about purity. Stag energy is super important, because the thing about the stag is that it's an animal of prey, and so therefore really it's a very intuitive animal. So we are all being charged and being offered opportunities to ignite our intuitions that lives. I mean, honestly, science will tell you don't use like 90% of your brain, literally. Okay, let me go back up. I think the next one was motivational vibes. And then let me see if I see your, yeah, okay. Do I have your question already? Was that a general? Let me roll up. Neb is saying they are next. Neb, then Sinister, then me. Got you motivational vibes. I'm just looking for your question. I'm not quite seeing it yet. Oh, what blessings are happening? What a great way to form a question. What blessings are happening for me this spring? I wish I could take a snapshot of that and tell all my clients that they could start to put their focus that way. This was where the magic happens. Oh, I love that question. Okay, now I'm going to scroll back down and I'll be looking for your which pile you would like. Two. Okay, great. Oops. All right, here we go. The 5 of Cups inverted, the 8 of Swords inverted, the 7 of Pentacles inverted, and the 6 of Pentacles. It looks to me as if there's some sort of it's as if you've turned a corner. Motivational vibes. You've done some emotional, real cleansing, real looking at things, and now you've I almost feel like you've transformed them into tools. If indeed you are, I think everybody who is drawn to my work has their sense of intuition. And when you pay attention to your intuition, whatever you went through will be like an intuitive tool moving forward, because you've really wrestled with your own inner demons for lack of a better term, your own self-talk that's been eroding you. And now I think you're willing to stand on your own 2 feet. And I don't mean that like I need to make my money and I'm like, or I mean like I think there's a bigger trust that you're a co-creator with the universe. I think that it's I'm going to pull one more on that Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something about you that is walking away from people who don't see your strength anymore, who don't see how powerful you are. And if I almost have this feeling like, some people will say, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. That's you. And now I think you're ready to say, either get on the bus or get out. That's what I think that you're, not that you're trying to be mean to anybody, but I just don't think that you want to be around people who are undermining your growth or I hate the word growth because we're not growing. We have all the awarenesses within us. It's just letting them out. So that's what I think is happening. So you go through this big metamorphosis and you ultimately end up with the star straight forward. You're moving into your future in a really positive, and I say positive because it's so intentional way. So, I think you deserve a round of applause, motivational vibes. So I'm going there. Okay. All right. Thank you, Outer Spice. I would love a reading about my grandmother. She passed away unexpectedly in September, and we're doing what she would have wanted. Oh, and if we're doing what she would have wanted moving forward. You're welcome, motivational vibes. I love the star card, especially in this deck. I think it's just beautiful because there's so much vulnerability that's attached to trusting our inner knowing, Okay. Let me go back. Level Plane Productions. I think, did I miss you? This is where I get bad. Like when we start cooking with gas. I want to make sure, because I want to put you next up. I got to look in and see where am I at. Taylor, you just, you can do a couple things. You can put your question in the chat or you can donate and that'll put you at the top of the line. I want to do level, okay, I know I'm in like 4 minutes behind live, so I don't mind it. Can you hear me, Level Plane Productions? Because I think you're next, and then I'll do Outer Spice. Everything but read for everyone makes me feel like the universe says I like having a mirror in my face. I'm just looking straight through it. So are you saying, Level, that you're getting something out of all the readings? Because that's very common, that a group of people will come together with a collective vibration or frequency, and a lot of the messages will be, cross-pollinate the group. Okay. Because Level Plane Productions is behind, I'm going to jump up to Outer Spice, which I love that name too, and see about her grandmother. Okay, I think I'll use the Whimsy deck for that one. All right, here we go, Outer Spice. Now I'm going to need to know, did you say pile 1, 2, or 3? Got it, pile 1. So as I'm tuning into your grandmother, I feel like she was mobile, wasn't she? Like she walked well. I'm coming back to you, Level Plane Productions. You're next. Stay close to the computer so that we can get to your question. Let me say this about your grandma. Now I'm losing who I'm talking to. Got to go back. Okay, Outer Spice. This is what I kind of feel about your grandma. I know she might have passed away unexpectedly, but it's like the best thing for her. She would not have wanted to be. And if for some reason she was not mobile, which she feels very mobile to me right now, then she would not want to be here if she was not able to facilitate her own independence. Yes, exactly. That's what I get. So, because when I walk down the street, like literally from behind, you would never know I'm 65 years old because I walk super fast and I have a lot of balance. So, if she passed away, I hope you're not sad about that because she's telling me I would have it no other way in the sense of I wouldn't want a long illness. Now, I'm going to go to pile one because it's like she's telling me that for the most part, y'all are doing, she's kind of making me seem like there's more fuss about it than she might have wanted, but at the same time, she likes that fuss. Hold on. We've got the King of Swords inverted. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. She's very happy with what you guys are doing. But there's one, are you fussing a lot? Yeah, she would have hated to be immobile. So I want to offer this too, because while she was only in her 70s, I feel like, because that seems awfully young to me these days. I gotta take it's closer and closer. My dad passed when he was 73. But she's independent. She's doing her own thing. She's probably going to incarnate. It's going to sound really weird, but she feels like a shaker and a mover to me. And she might have decided to leave what seems like early because she's going to come back and take advantage of all the new technology. You know, I think she's just the fussing part. It's like, I mean, I don't know. People don't really feel like they're arguing. She's like, just, you know, you don't need to make a big production out of it. But what she does want, because she's very happy. She's very happy. This is the other weird thing. You know, she feels very young to me, but I feel like she met a friend on the other side. I feel like she met like a girlfriend or a sister, somebody that was like, or a sister with the same, you know, like, you know, you say, this is my sister from another mister, because somewhere there's a Thelma and Louise feeling on the other side, because she feels very active and very busy. Outer spice. And nobody's fussing about money, right? Because she's like, have none of that. No fussing about that. I don't really think there's a lot of money, to be honest, but okay. I think I'm almost done. Where is my outer spice now? I'm going to have a piece of popcorn, little snackage. I don't know who you're after, Lace. We'll have to figure that out. Her house. Well, she'll take care of protecting your grandpa because she doesn't like the fussing about the money. Oh, funny. Because I just felt like she said, he's always giving me shit. Like he's always, was he, I mean, I know she loves her children, but was he a little bit of a challenging child for her? I don't know. I feel like, but overall, she's happy with how you've honored her. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, she knows that, but but I feel like your grandfather's fairly well protected. I don't know that they can take anything material from him. So she's still in the house. I don't know if he talks to her, but yeah. I feel like he feels her, or he smells her, or he hears her. I think he smells her perfume or her smell, her scent. Okay, let me go back. Now it's Level Plane Productions, and then I think it's going to be Lace. If there isn't another question, y'all get to speak up. I'm cruising through. Okay, I think I'm good. So motivational vibes. This is everyone so far. Okay. Okay, great. Oh, this is the order? Level Plane, Lace, Taylor, then Rhonda, and then Seymour. Okay, great. God, I love it when you help me out like that. So what is motivational vibes? Thank you. What is Level Plane's question? Oh, I'm so glad, Outer Spice. That's nice. I do think that they come that way, especially when somebody had like a signature scent, or you associated, like even cigarettes sometimes will show up. Okay. I'm just waiting for Level to give me a question. Okay, is to think, maybe skip me to the next one. And if I got something, I'll let you know. Okay, you're so sweet. Okay, so then we will go to Lace. You're next. What's your question? Who am I after? You're up now. I'm waiting for my questions. Any good news coming to me this spring? Well, that's so nice. You must have been listening to Motivational Vibes, because she was so inspiring to say what blessings are coming. I love that good news. Okay, here we go. Pile 1, 2, or 3, darling. I reposted. Awesome. Thank you. Pile 1. Got it. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Justice card. When I look at this, Lace, I feel as if, like, the 5 of Wands is a card of competition. It's a card where, there's an awkwardness to it on some level, because, but it's competition. And then we have the High Priestess and the 10 of Swords inverted in the Angel's advice. And I'm wondering if you are thinking about changing your job, or walking away from something that has to do with someone competing with you in some way, or a competitive environment. The Justice card is inverted, which means that it doesn't really represent legal things, but it can represent a lack of justice. I get the 5 of Pentacles on top of that, which is kind of tough, because it's like, it almost feels as if you're trying to work out something, work yourself into you have to leave your job. That's exactly what it's telling me, that you're going to leave your job, but you'll move into something that brings in some more money. So I would start, really not looking for a job, but inviting in a job that you enjoy. The Lover's card. This is good. You're going to make, this came up straight up. So you're going to make a new choice. I do think that your environment is like, no offense to the people that run it. People are jealous of you. See, there you go. Exactly. You can't work and thrive in that kind of thing. But Spirit's saying that you don't need to worry about it anymore, that intuitively to trust your knowledge, because it will come through. And frankly, you'll probably make more money leaving the job. So I think that's going to come up. And don't be surprised if the eclipses bring some of that in. The challenging side of Neptune is there's deceit involved. And with Saturn, there's restriction, and deceit with authority even. So we're all going to be kind of tasked to recognize and be aware of the potential, darker side of the planets and the characteristics they bring up, versus playing to the brighter side of them. Starting a business is something I always believe when you start a business, if you're in a job that you don't like, I kind of think that's good, because it motivates you to keep this lane going. That's exactly how I started my work 11 years ago, as I worked for a chiropractor, doing nothing responsible, at least from my point of view, and built my practice up. And as I did that, then one day somebody pissed me off and I was like, birds up to you, I'm out of here. And my life began. It was pretty cool, actually. Okay, I need to go back to my little recap of who's in order next. I have Taylor next, and then Rhonda, and then Seymour. Taylor, do I have your question? Well, you know what? A lot of people are going to get their own gigs now. That's really going to be great. You just get to I know, birds up to you. I love that. I want to offer this because a lot of people with Pluto moving into Aquarius, it is going to bring up this sense of rebellion against any repression or feelings of not being able to expand and feel myself passionate about what I'm doing, expressing my genius. Okay, so I'm looking for, darn it, my memory. Oh no, plug it in. Okay, yeah, we're waiting. Oh, there's Taylor. Okay, I'd love clarity on my intimate relationships. Tough conversations ahead. Okay. All right, here we go. Taylor, tell me if you want pile 1, 2, or 3. The sun is going down on me. I agree, Sandy. It's probably what we're going to see. Pile 3. Okay, here we go. Well, this just flew out of the deck, so we're going to take it. You could put the question in the level productions, and then I can do the reading, and you can go, and it'll still be here. Okay, I got the Lovers. I got the 9 of Wands. I've got the 9 of Cups. Oh, I forgot to ask for a pile. I just started pulling cards. I'm going to stick with what I did. I'm sorry, Taylor. It feels like it makes sense to me. Okay, this is how I would normally do it at home. So here, this conversation has to do with an exchange of energy, and it isn't about being the same. It's about what you two bring that complements one another. Then we have this 9 of Wands. You know, love is very difficult to open up to true romance if we're guarded. And I think what you want to do is take the guardingness off of it. This is wish fulfillment in the angel's advice. So I think being authentic, this may not be as bad of a conversation as you think, unless you're actually breaking up with someone, because this is new conversations, new community, new opportunities to connect verbally. And then there's the Magician. I had to pull a clarification card. So I'm not sure that this won't be a clearing of some kind, but I will say this. If indeed the exchange of energy does not balance itself out in some way, you might just sidestep this one a little bit, because you don't want to constantly have to guard yourself from other people. I need to turn a light on in here. Oh no, I'm good now. Okay. All right. Let me go to level plane to the LOL. The question I was thinking was so deep. I don't know if they are answerable. Like one was very personal. I don't know. I'm not sure if you want me to try to go into that or not, level. Do you want me to? You know, I want to offer this because I don't know that whether we're star seed, you know, whether we're a crystal child, whether we're, you know, from another dimension, the Palladian, I don't know if we're ever trying to find ourselves as much as we're always being offered an opportunity to live from our deepest truth in that moment. So, to try to recapture something or to find a part of yourself would be on some level unfair to the experience that you're having here. Your soul chose to come to earth for a reason. Your soul chose to be level plane productions, born on this day at this time in this location for a reason. And that reason is often just to remember, what is most authentic to you, and then do your best to represent that in such a dense environment as the earth plane. So I'm going to pull a spread for you. I don't know if you had to leave for work, but you were so patient and so kind. So I'm just going to pull a general for you and see what they have to say, because I don't think I'm from this earth plane naturally. I don't think like anybody I know. I see things so far outside the box that I think that I'm like on another planet. Oh, Zahid Mahoob, is he still giving you trouble? Aisha, is that man still giving you trouble? All right. Here we go. This is for Level Productions. The first card is the Justice card inverted. That's the Eight of Cups inverted. We have the Wheel of Fortune inverted. And then we have the Ten of Cups inverted. When I see this, I feel very much like the Justice card is really, it's when the cards are inverted like this, there's a shifting of the energy. So there's a need for balance. There's a need for trusting that the human experience is something that you've come to explore. It's kind of like going on vacation. Sometimes we go on a ski vacation, then we realize we hate the cold and we never go again, because this Eight of Cups inverted is not walking away, but embracing spirituality, embracing the idea that the wheel comes and goes, And I want to offer this too for Level Productions. I don't know that you have spent enough time truly inviting in your people versus searching for them. So I kind of want to shift it from rather than seeking your tribe, inviting in those that are at the same or similar frequency as you, so that you can do and represent the star seed energy here on earth. I've been watching this. I was listening to Pam Gregory the other day. I hadn't listened to her in a while, and she was a guest on someone's podcast, and she mentioned the telepathy tapes on YouTube. And I started listening to them. They're about nonverbal autistic children and how they all communicate telepathically, and they can literally, socialize, etc. And this is where we're moving to. Okay. And the reason I say that for you is because as a star seed, you could be part of a legion of souls who are coming into usher an experience of heightened awareness of energies and frequency, and what those vibrations as we speak, what they mean. Because we think we just talk, but we're literally sending vibrations out into the universe that are bringing back vibrations and supporting our experiences. I don't know how old you are now, but I think it's an integration of some kind, darling. I don't think it's an either or, because if you're too far, there's a reason why we come into this density. And oftentimes it's to slow us down enough to really connect with our ability to manifest. Okay. So I think Rachel was next. Let me go roll back up to my little recap with the stars so I can find it. Yeah. Okay. Taylor. Now it's Rhonda and then Seymour. Because I did Taylor already, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I did. Pile 3. Exactly. Okay. So now I'm looking for Rachel's question. Rachel, are you here? We do jump timelines, and then we jump back. That could be a walk-in. There's some weird stuff about that too. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Okay. I'm looking for Rachel. Is Rachel here? If she doesn't remember saying anything prior to age 5, she okay. The 5 thing, it's a walk-in, yeah. Oh, hi mama. How's our little Avalon baby? How's she doing? How's she liking her new dense body here on the planet? I'm looking for Rachel and her question. If not, I'm going to go Seymour. I think I'll do Seymour, since Seymour's right here and present. Is that your question? Is how to develop your intuitive capacity? That's a great question. It's a lot about trust. Okay, here's my story for how I connect with spirit. When I first started studying the tarot and all my spiritual tools, I kept looking for the definition outside of myself. I kept looking for what the book said. What does this mean? What does this mean? What I didn't realize was part of the pictures and the depiction the way it is so that I will interpret meaning, so that I can see things in it in multiple ways. So then what happened was spirit started using my memories, and they would bring up a memory that I had, and through the memory I would be connecting to my client. So when I had something dark or bad happen to me, I might say, did you experience this in your lifetime? And they'd say yes. So part of it is trusting that when you go into meditation and you invite your guides and your angels and all energies higher than yourself into the space, and then sort of trusting things that come to you. And as you build your confidence in your trust, it will be easier for you to trust. I have no other way to say it. But I really truly believe that they use it this is the other thing that worked for me, Seymour, was I don't like to try to release things because it doesn't really work that way. So, meaning you can't really release something that's happened to a human. They become imprinted with it. So you've got to learn how to integrate it. So all the negative experiences and the betrayals that I experienced and the, physical assaults that I experienced were reconciled when I started using them as the files that spirit would pull out of my brain to help me connect with another person. And then it took practice and practice. And the more I practiced, the more I trusted. So I literally got rid of all the books and I use only how I see things. I use my metaphors and the things that I learn, and spirit then talks through me through my language. I hope that makes sense. Probably level plane productions, because you're not that physical body. You're much more than the physical body. And so if you have an awareness of the truth of your soul, and then you're trying to filter it through the human, experience, it'd be interesting to see your chart if there were things involving Neptune, or there were transits with Neptune and Mercury that were affecting you. And maybe sometimes when everything feels like it's being lost, it's because a full cup cannot be, can't add more to it. So there could be something going on with that. It sounds like it was a very powerful experience. I'd do some automatic writing about it. How do you invite in the verbal? Meaning, how do you invite in your guides and your angels? This is what I say. I say, dear Heavenly Mother and Father God, I now invite you into the space. And wait, let me see how I say it. I have to think for a second. All of a sudden, I'm having a moment of relapse, or a brain fart, as they say. I am harmonious. Okay. Dear Mother and Father God, thank you for the opportunity to work with. And then I say the name and I go, now I ask all energies equal to or higher than my own into the space for the highest and greatest good of all, not just myself and the client, but everyone who will be touched as a result of our work together. And then after I do that, I trust and I try very hard to trust the information that's coming through. I will argue with them in my brain sometimes, but it's a matter of, it's kind of similar. This sounds a little weird, but it's very similar to talking to an animal. You know that you're getting your word across, but you're not speaking the same language. So as you identify things, like when I see certain things, if I see a green apple, I think of a doctor. Okay. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. If I see a red apple in my head, I think of a teacher. So spirit will use some of the symbology that you have assigned to things to trigger your intuitive knowing. And then it's just a matter of practice, practice, practice. All right. So I hope that helped. Let me go back and see. It was Rachel and I. Seymour, am I actually, did Rachel show back up? Did I answer Rachel's question? Did we see Rachel? Did we lose Rachel? The sun is going down on me. I don't know if anybody can tell. I might have to put a light on. Let me get up for a second. Oh. I don't know if that's going to help in any way. Okay. Aisha's wanting Mr. Mahood to pony up. I haven't seen Rachel since we put her in the... Okay. All right. I think for level productions, you might want to get a grounding sheet, my dear, and look into that, because that might help you feel more planted on the earth while you're in this physical body. I think I'm going to go. Desiree just popped in and asked a question. I don't really see anyone else, so I'm going to just address her right now. Let me go there. Okay, so... Oh, Aisha, you're still here. All right, let me get to Desiree real quick, and then we'll look at Mr. Zahud again. Well, I hope I answered your question, Seymour. I really do. It is difficult to intuit for oneself. We have our own egos that we're addressing, so it's much easier to be in neutral for other people. Okay, so I'm going to go, Desiree. I'm conflicted about relocating. Any guidance? Pick pile 1, 2, or 3, Desiree. All righty. Here we go. Pile 1. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords, both inverted, the Empress, and then the 2 of Swords. It's interesting to me because when I look at this idea of relocating, is it going back somewhere that you've already lived, like moving back home or something? Where's Desiree? Hi, Stephen. Because when I look at the 6 of Swords inverted, it almost feels like I'm going back somewhere I've already been. And I don't know if where you're planning to relocate right now is a good idea, because I need to make sure wherever I'm going is going to create peace for me. It's going to create some kind of harmony. I've got this 8 of Swords, which is sort of like when you're literally looking at your own reflection and it's tying you up in knots. I have the angel's advice is no, but it's more of a soul desire. I don't know right now. Then I would wait. You know what I would do? I would go check it out. I would rent an Airbnb for a month and put my stuff, because I just don't know. I don't know. This is what I want to say. I'm not sure that wherever this soul's desire is, I need to make sure that I can build community. I don't feel alone there. I don't know why this is making me feel like I need to test the waters. I don't know if I feel like this is a good idea to just jump and do it. There's something about it that makes me feel, I don't know. I don't like it. So if you have an idea about something or somewhere you want to go, like I'm from California, okay? People here don't think psychics are really weird, right? And people here are known, like they say we eat granola and we're all blah, blah, blah. If you move somewhere else, like I've moved somewhere else, I told someone I was from California, I instantly was labeled and I could not make friends. It was really weird. There was some weird things, and there's something weird about this for me. So if there's a soul desire, say you want to move to Savannah, Georgia, say you want to move to Portugal, Spain, I don't care. You should go there and spend some time first. Just walk around, eat, just kick it, and see because there's something about the environment that makes me nervous, that you would feel lonely or you would feel alone, that you would not feel connected to other. I need to know that you're going to get community. So that's what I'm saying for my dear Desiree. Well, I just think there's something about it that makes me I feel lonely a little bit. I'm in Puerto Rico wanting to move I'm in Puerto Rican and I want to move to Puerto Rico. There's a tongue twister. Then go to Puerto Rico for a month. Go rent an Airbnb. Go for 2 months. Put your stuff in storage if you have to. But I would just check it out first. I don't know. It feels a little lonely. That's my challenge. Do you know people there? I know you're there, Aisha. I know you're there, darling. Do you know people in Puerto Rico? Because that's my main concern. I want you to feel a sense of community. No, you're going to end up feeling a little lonely. Not anymore. Yeah. So so if you decide you want to do that, then my darling, you need to find you need to have a plan for a social life, because everything that happens feels very isolating to me here. So I'm going to have to say the timing is not right for that particular move. Let me look, benefit boss. Let me do Aisha real quick, because she's going to be very disappointed in me if she doesn't get to ask about Zaid. Yeah, Desiree, I get it. So that's good that you were here today, because I don't know if the location is so bad as much as making sure that you have community and people that you can hang out with. Okay. Yes, Stephen, you are extremely intuitive. All right, let's look at little Aisha. What pile do you want, Aisha? Isn't it Love Island? Or Island? Which pile, my darling? We're thinking of Zahid. Anything? You pick, honey. Love. She picks love. What pile is love in? Pile 1, 2, or 3, darling. Pile 2. All right, let's see what Zahid is up to. Mahud. 4 of Swords is moving into smoother waters. A Hanged Man is about a pause for a illumination. We have the 5 of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Cups. He's not coming up as somebody who's involved with somebody else, but he does have his own way of being. I want to offer this. I don't think that he's, I don't think he's, this doesn't come up as Aisha as he's cheating. It doesn't. What it comes up is that he's a little bit more about himself than he is kind of about you. Meaning some people in a relationship, they're not necessarily focused about their partner as much. This feels like he's more focused on the things he needs to create. Well, then just, I got to tell you, you're going to have to give it a little time. Because if he's being forced to by his parents, then that could be why he feels like he's about himself, not necessarily another woman. So I would just say give it a little rest, okay? And the next time that you come in the room, I think we should look at whether he's ready to get married. But I'm going to have to move on today. Mr. Wu, thank you so much for coming back and clarifying that. The 3 of Swords in your reading, which was the most challenging, and it's betrayal in a way that is shocking, because it usually means that somebody betrayed you. That I don't know, the way I've interpreted the 3 of Swords, it's never random. It's always somebody that like I have some familiarity with. So the idea that you were abused as a child, which I was as well, very abused, both emotionally, physically, spiritually, and it was all denied. So I had to understand at some point that that was really on the abuser. That wasn't on me. And that the only thing I was participating in was keeping that memory alive. And as I allowed that memory to take its rightful place in my intuitive file cabinet, I didn't feel shitty anymore about it. Okay, Benefit Boss, you have a question. You asked and I missed it. Darren, what happened to Darren? Wait, Lada's John, I think there was a guy named Darren. Yeah, there's Darren Collins. Yes, Darren. I haven't seen Darren in a long time. I don't know if he's still doing readings. I was just thinking about him the other day. It's interesting that you brought him up as well. Maybe I need to reach out to him. I heard he moved to California. Okay, Benefit Boss, here you are. You have a court date coming up. I have a court date next week on the 11th. Your birthday is November 15th, 1967. Let's see how it's going to play out. I know there's so much. It really is. And, you know, with Neptune and Saturn, I mean, they're still far apart, but we've got the North Node and Venus bringing up our family history. There's so much kind of like, it's really a fork in the road. And I mean it this way. A lot of us will experience familiar energies that are out of balance. And we're going to get to say, do I default to the old human structure? Oh, you're my mom, you're my sister, you're my uncle. I need to be nice to you. I need to give into your, agenda. Or will we do balance? That's all we can do. All right. So I'm going with Benefit Boss. Did you say which pile you want me to pick? I didn't see that. On the court date, did we pick a pile? I love all the love in this room. We have the best lives. They may be small, but they're quality, I'll tell you. Who needs millions of people when you can have 14 loving humans in one place? Okay, I'm looking for a Benefit Boss to give me my number. 1, 2, or 3, darling. Hold on, I got to do something. Something's funky here. I got to reshuffle now. What has happened here? I shuffled the deck funky. I'm still looking for, 3, please. Okay, got it. Let me just shuffle again. I somehow shuffled them backwards or the wrong way. Exactly, Lucy. We really do have the best group. Oh, Miss Epiphany's here. I just had a reverse nodal return myself when in the Libra Aries axis. Let me go to Benefit Boss pile 3 about the court date. The Empress inverted, the Devil card, the Tower card inverted, and the Page of Cups. Could it be continued again, Benefit Boss? Could there be something where this doesn't get finished? I'm looking for a yay or a nay. Do they have to give you the exact? I mean, is this court case like? Is this the final frontier with this? Because with all the inverted cards, the Empress is like, things are not moving. The gestation's not happening. Something's not growing. The Devil card's authority. No, so it could be continued. Yeah, possibly. I think it's going to get continued, or you're not going to have all the information yet, or something. I don't think it's clear. But I want to offer this. If there are delays or some reason it gets pushed, or the date gets pushed for some reason, even if it's, the courts, I think it works in your favor. I think there's potentially a lack of information, and then something comes through, and maybe because somebody did not provide information, it works out in your favor. Does any of that make sense? For Benefit Boss? Okay, well, I'll just leave that be. But it does turn out okay, but it feels like there's a bit of a stall. When I get the Devil card, that's Capricorn, that's authority. I've got the Tower card, which is unexpected and quick, but it's inverted, so it slows it down. Page of Cups is inverted, so the messages, something's missing. Then I have the Eight of Wands, which is information, news, and endings, but I don't think this ends because there's a piece of information missing, and that's further evidence. Okay, good. All right. Thank you for the validation, Benefit Boss, because I feel like lately this is a victory card, and oftentimes it refers to a long process before, or what feels like a long process before the answer comes in. And with all the Neptune and Saturn energy right now in Pisces, it could be very stalled. I've had 2 investigators who both had to take leave for some whatever reason, and my complaint is still in the early stages of investigation, and I'm just hoping they don't get so overwhelmed they blow it off. All right, Lucy, who is next? Elizabeth. And then Miss Epiphany's got one too, right? Yeah, she's got one. Let me look at her. But where's Elizabeth? Where's our little Elizabeth? I don't see her anywhere. As I scroll up and up and up and away in my big, beautiful balloon. Okay. Oh, there's Elizabeth right there. Will I receive inheritance this year? Let's see. It was right there in big yellow. I couldn't see it. It was so big. Okay. Venus, you'll be after. I think there's somebody after you. There was Elizabeth, and then Lucy. Was anyone after Elizabeth? Elizabeth, will you receive inheritance this year? Pile 1, I'm thinking, is what you're saying, the one in the corner. I'm going to take that. Now we have the Page of Cups straight up. We have the Fool inverted. We have the Death card straight up. And then we have the Five of Cups. Ooh. I hate to say this, Elizabeth. Has somebody already crossed over and you're waiting for something like a probate court? Is that what's going on? Yes or no? Because the Five of Cups can be a loss of some kind. We have the Death card here. If I didn't know better, I would think, Elizabeth, somebody's already crossed over, that there's challenges with their estate, their will, their worldly goods, and there is a little bit of a problem with some sort of documentation, or something's not clear about it. I don't know if you're going to actually get anything this year. And if somebody has not passed away, then it's terrible to say, but they need to make sure their affairs are in order. If they're hovering, if they're in hospice or something. I'm not saying money isn't coming, it just is delayed. That's the way I would put it. And there's someone else you have to worry about, like somebody else. You got to be careful of the people that are involved. There's something about defending yourself here, or defending your right to whatever things are. If I didn't know better, and I don't know better, I would say that this could cause a little bit of a family problem. Like cousins could be, put, in a place where they feel a little bit uncomfortable. We got to make sure whoever is in hospice or something is going to have to be more clear about their wants and their desires after they cross. I don't even know how much money there could be, to be honest with you. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a lot to me. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Venus, number 1 is random unless she wants that. Did Venus ask a question? Oh, would you possibly do a reading for a court date scheduled regarding my deceased sister? I just did a reading for somebody else for a court date. Yes, I can do that. The number 1 is random unless she wants that. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe that was the piles. Oh, Miss Epiphany is next. Thank you. Then I'll go to Miss Epiphany. Sorry. Let me scroll down. Where's Miss? Oh, there she is. Teri, I'm a Leo rising in nodal reverse. My north node is natally Virgo and my south node is Pisces. Okay. Just decided to change real estate agents. Will this new one be more effective in selling my condo? Let's look. I'm going to use the Gilded Royale deck. That's kind of my more financial deck. All right, Miss Epiphany, here we go. Did you say which pile you wanted? 1, 2, or 3? Did we get that yet? Miss Epiphany, here we go. Will she get her condo sold? Pile 2, got it. All right, let's see. We have the 4 of Wands inverted. We have the Wheel of Fortune inverted. We have the 4 of Pentacles inverted. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. When I look at this, I wonder about the pricing of it, Miss Epiphany, because I think that the ace is like when I see the 4 of Wands inverted, it makes me feel like, that's a celebration. So I don't feel you're celebrating selling this. It feels a little bit like, it's a chess piece in order to move on to the next chapter or the next situation. The Wheel of Fortune is inverted as well because something about the pricing has been funky. And I hope that your realtor has not put it at too low of a price, because sometimes that signals things. Because I've got this sort of stuck money card in the angel's advice in relation to the Wheel of Fortune being upside down. And if for some reason you've put it too high, then it's got to come back down to something more reasonable, because there is money coming, but it's a little bit, this is the beginning of money in the physical, but it's not here yet. But there's the wish fulfillment. So there's something to do with the way you price this that needs to be remedied. Is it a little on the high side? I may have to lower it, but yes, already losing money from the purchase. Sometimes you have to raise the price. It's not just about lowering it. It's about recalibrating the money somehow. Because the Hermit is in here, and the Hermit's about some sort of reflection. And then I have the Queen of Wands. Have you taken it off the market and put it back on the market? Like, has it come off? Is there, like, I feel like it needs to be materially re-represented. But you'll get what you want. It's just going to take a little bit longer than you think. So I think your realtor's trying, they're invested in getting their money too. Yeah, the money will come. Oh, you raised it a little. Okay. Have you given it time? Because here's the Knight of Pentacles. Because I think there's somebody that wants this thing. There's just a weird thing about money. Don't play with if you've already, you need more time. You need more time, yes. But I want to ask this. Hi, Amy. Give it a minute. Like, don't, if you've raised the price a little bit, let it sit for a second and see what happens. Also, I don't know why I'm seeing photography in my head. How are the pictures of the property on Zillow or wherever they are? Are they good looking pictures? Is the house have any staging? There's something about the photography that's hitting me as well. So look at the photography. Thank you, Miss Epiphany. Look at the photography that they're using, because there's something about it where maybe even just swapping out a couple of pictures. There's something, I don't know why I'm seeing almost like a dead space, and that makes me feel like a picture is like dead space, or it's not a good photograph. So look at the photos again. I think it'll be done by I want to say the end of spring. Don't know why. New photos are being taken. Awesome. Good. And I know that might seem like a long time, the end of spring, but I'm kind of looking at March for some reason. I kind of think that spring starts in February when it's still actually winter. I guess it's because all the flowers start popping up. Okay. Now, where am I going? Lucy, where am I going now? I don't know. Let me look back. Venus. Venus is next. Venus's question is the court date for the deceased sister. Okay, here we go. Court date. Now, is this a court date for her? Like, I don't know. I don't know what. How do I ask the question? Do you see a good outcome coming for the family? Oh, I'm so sorry, Venus. Let's look and see. Does she know her assailant? Does she know who hurt her? Why do I feel like she knows who hurt her? Elizabeth Martin, did I not get to you? I thought I got to the Elizabeth. Did I answer the wrong? Yes, we all do. Okay. All right. Elizabeth, I thought I got to you already. So if I didn't, I apologize. We'll figure it out in a second. I've got to finish with Venus. Okay. I did. That's what I thought. I did Elizabeth already. I don't know. Maybe maybe there's a mistake. Venus, this is very interesting because this feels like it was a boyfriend of hers or somebody that she that liked her, and I almost get feelings of domestic abuse or something around it, because there's a weird feeling. Oh my gosh, it's like she was protecting him while he wasn't protecting her. What the hell? Oh, this is where I go, like, from my spiritual self to my like the mom in me, like, that wants to. I don't know that this was premeditated as much as it feels like it was. Even if somebody, like, this is how I'm feeling it. Like, if there was an argument and the person left, I want to say it was a he, left, and then he came back. All of that was not premeditated, but yeah, but exactly. I'm getting this leaving, but I feel like the guy's going nuts the whole time. Like, he's not calming down. He's ramping up. So while it's like a crime of passion on some level, there's such a period of time about it that it feels like a normal person would have got themselves. They would have collected themselves, but this guy didn't. And I feel like, oh gosh, I don't even, let me look and see if he's going to get, did she fight him off? I feel like I'm seeing a fist fight of some kind, and I can't tell if he's hitting her or if she kept trying to save his ass. She kept trying to save him. I feel like they were fighting. Yes, I do. And I do think, I don't know that he, again, when I say this was not premeditated, I don't think he meant to, it got too far. But he's not right, man. He's not right. Something's wrong. Oh my gosh, that's creepy and scary. Did you tell me which pile you want already, Venus? Because I got so into your sister and what's going on. It's weird. I feel like I lost consciousness. Did she push? Did she hit her head? Did she get clubbed in the head? Something happened to her head? Was there contusions on her head? Did she get hit in the head? She hit her head. Okay, man, she's coming through strong here. Okay, there's the Queen of Swords inverted. There's the Chariot. There's the Moon. And there's the Eight of, oh my God, is he trying to plead insanity or something? Oh my God. You're telling me that she died in a fire? I mean, that he incinerated her body because she was already gone. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to do. And I wish I could talk to you. He's not innocent completely, but he's not completely, like, I think if I didn't know better, I would say they were fighting, literally physically fighting with one another. And somehow she hit her head. I don't know whether he pushed her. I don't know whether he hit her with something, and she's knocked out. And that knockout is what I think killed her. I don't think she died in the fire. I think she was cremated in the fire. And I do think he's lying because I feel like he's unstable, and he's very physical and very reactionary and very, like, goes from 0 to 60. 1 minute he's fine and the next minute he's freaking crazy. Wow. I think he will be convicted, but it's going to take a little while because I think they're going to try to claim mental illness or, crime of passion, or, I don't remember doing it because I blacked out, although I don't think he was on drugs. I think he was just crazy. I think she knew that she was in the danger zone, darling. I think she knew that this was like, I just keep thinking she's going to, like, she's telling me, I love him through it. I'll love him through it. So I think your family will, I think that you will, it's a weird feeling for me, Venus, because it's like there's justice but no justice. And while I want to be very loving when I say this, you guys were right. She wouldn't listen to you and it got out of hand. So I don't think the guy planned on doing this, but I think Amy's next. Okay. Yeah, I know you want justice. I think he's going to be I do think you'll get the verdict that you're looking for. I think he will stay in jail, but it's going to be like he's somehow going to be like, it wasn't my fault though. So it's like, that I'm temporarily insane or something. Yeah, I think he's going to play that. And so he pays the price, but it feels like he doesn't pay the price. So there's a win, but not a full win. Oh my God. Are those his children? I hope not. I hope they're not all his children, because that's a lot of girls. And that shows a lot about him, man, even being around them. All right. I've got to get to my Amy question. Looking to bring in more support at home, help with the kids, taking care of the home. I'm interviewing au pairs. Is this a good decision, and will I be able to afford it? Okay. I'm going to move on from Venus. I only have a few more minutes today. I'm going to do these again. Is this the same Elizabeth? I'm so confused because I thought I already did Elizabeth, and I don't mind answering multiple questions, but when there's people waiting, I feel kind of guilty. So is Elizabeth the same Elizabeth, or is it a different Elizabeth? Venus, I'll be saying prayers for you, and I know your sister's going to give signs. Does your sister have dark hair? I just feel like I see a dark-haired woman, long hair, a little bit. I don't know if it's as long as mine. Thank you, Amy. Pile 1, 2, or 3 about the au pair. Bye, Mr. Wu. Thank you for coming. I hope you'll be back. We loved having you in the room. And Elizabeth, we loved having you too. Sorry that I can't get to the other question. Light brown, long. Okay. Brown hair. Not black, brown. Yeah. All right, Amy, I'm looking for you. Did you tell me 1, 2, or 3? Pile 3. Thank you. Let's look at the au pair. There's the Hierophant. There's the Ace of Wands. There's the inverted High Priestess. And then there's the Lover's card. One of your kids has a little bit of challenges, right? Because I think it's going to take him a little time to get used to someone new. But overall, I don't know if it's such a bad idea. I kind of want to offer this. Okay. Amy, this is what I want to say. There's a little bit of a tightness with the au pair in the beginning. And there's a little something about one of your boys taking a little time to get used to somebody. Yeah. So what I would do is actually, rather than try, I know this is going to sound a little weird. I would put everybody on a trial basis. Like I wouldn't hire them full time. Because I need to make sure that the one boy is comfortable. You will start making some more money as soon as you start to release your grip on the fear of money. And that'll happen sooner than later. But I almost feel like with the au pair, I need to make sure that the kids, this person has to be kind of flexible, okay? This person has to be like, I get it. He's got to get used to me, because I almost feel like this person has to be a little playful. So, main thing I'm concerned with, Amy, is your son. This like weird. Okay, like it's like the substitute teacher, right? So he's like, Mom lets me have Oreos all the time, and the au pair says you can't have Oreos, and he goes, I hate you. And then she finds out she was right. I don't know why I want to put it that way, but you're going to have to play with these people a little bit. We got to get the boy used, because there's a little something about book drops and pencil drops for the substitute teacher. So I think he will put the person through her paces. I think it's going to be a female. Maybe you should try looking for a male au pair. Maybe that would help. No, Seymour, did I not get to Seymour? Now I'm so confused. Did I not get to these people's questions? I'm so confused. Did I not do it? Wasn't the Seymour, was there? Okay, I've had 2 legal questions, and I thought I got to both of those. Is this a new legal question? Because now I feel guilty about Elizabeth, because is that the same Elizabeth, and did she get her question answered? And then, thank you, Benefit Boss. Well, don't get such a young one. Get an older one. Because I just feel like, or you need a strong woman. Definitely the same Elizabeth. Okay, so, and Seymour had another question. I'm confused about, let me go and see if I can. Will I get a full settlement on my driveway once I threaten legal action? All right, let me see that. I'll do a yes, no for that, okay? Now, I'm still going to have you pick the pile for me, but I'm going to pull one card as a yes, no. I have to tell you, I don't know why when I look at your driveway, and I don't know why I feel like the person who did it is older, or the actual workman that did it is a little bit old. Is it uneven? Is it unlevel? Okay, is the driveway unlevel? Is it somehow crooked? Is it slant because they did it wrong? Is it? I'm looking, please, for 1, 2, or 3, Seymour, and I'm going to pull one card as a yes or no. If you will get a settlement, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm looking for 1, 2, or 3. Are you still here, Seymour? Oh, no. Enjoy your evening, Stephen. Lucky's probably thinks I'm starving him to death. Seymour, are you here? Until Sunday. See you then. Okay. Seymour, I think you're still here. Oh, there you are. 3. Okay. He is older. Good. Okay. Okay. That just means I'm tuned in. Okay. You will get something, but you're not going to get everything. You're not going to get 100%. You just pulled the strength card upside down. So that to me is a cautionary yes. You'll get some of it, but you won't get all of it. So, and obviously you don't hire this person to do anything else, but you're not going to get. You're going to have to actually literally, bye, Amy. You know, because if you threaten legal stuff, he'll say he'll finish it, he'll fix it, but I almost don't know how good he'll fix it. So this is you got to be a little careful there, darling. So yeah, because I don't think that guy has any money, and the money you paid him, he's already spent it. So you might have a little bit of trouble. Is it going to cause flooding? Is that unevenness going to cause water to pool? And I'm going to wrap it up after that, because I'm going to tell you, this is where you might have the most pull with this guy, is if you can prove that what he did is going to cause further damage versus just what he's done now. Because this man there's something, I feel like he doesn't, like, there's a weird feeling like his brain doesn't speak the same language you speak. I don't know why. And I feel like he plays dumb because of that. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but don't take too heavy a hand with him at first. Try the lighter touch, because the guy feels stubborn and feels like he has a little bit of don't give him the option. You do a terrible job. Good. You're going to need the footage. And then, I think you're going to get money, but I don't think you're going to get 100% back. I don't know what good CCTV. Oh, closed caption TV. I'm such a dumbass. So, so there you go. So if you get 75% of your money back, I think you've done well. There's that justice card, but it's upside down. I don't think you're going to get 100% back. That's fabulous. The more that you have in written, the better you are. The better you are. Things are going. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. The sun has set upon my little home. Oh, okay. Then I'll take that, because as long as he doesn't, but all right, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're going to try to get more. Lucy, thank you so much. And I want to thank Motivational, whatever your last part was, Motivational Vibes, because it was also super helpful to have that little lineup for me to refer to. I will be back next Wednesday. We're loving doing these readings. I get to see everybody and talk to them more than I do on Sundays. So be on the lookout, get your questions ready, and we'll continue on. But thank you so much. I love you all. And everyone who is new, so glad to see you here. And Lucy, thank you so much for being my mini moderator today. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.